This is a unique case for me. I mean, for the most part, I cover a crime that happens, the police do their investigation, I write a story saying they arrest somebody, and that's it. But this case sort of started where nobody seems to really be doing anything, and I'm writing story after story saying, look at this case. There's this missing woman. I'm interviewing people related to it, and really nobody else is doing anything.
I remember at one point kind of looking at him going, this is off the record, right? And he said, yeah, well, absolutely. We're just two people talking. And it was really nice because I wanted him to look at me as a person, a normal, regular person who's having a really bad day and not a story that he's going to write for his paper. And we talked for over an hour, and he got a better insight to the reality of the lives that had been affected by that night.
I parked outside, and I walked in. There was somebody there. I said, I'd like to speak to David. He comes out. He's a big man, so he's sort of towering over me. And he tells me that he's not doing any interviews, and I should go. But I don't do that. I still asked some questions, and they were just basic questions like, what happened to your wife? And he told me the same thing, that his wife had walked away, and I asked him why, and he said it was related to drugs and alcohol. As I'm standing there, I know that every question could be my last one, but I asked him if he loved her and if he wanted her to come back. And he said, yeah, I loved her, and I hope she's safe. They called me and asked me if I was going to be around. I didn't know why. I just figured it was going to be either, hey, we have a development, we're making an arrest, we'd like to take you along, or they plan to use me in some way. They told me three things. First, that they had found blood in the house where Dawn and David had lived, and they said, we believe she is dead. And thirdly, they believe he was a person of interest in the case.
Larry Altman was, he played an amazing role in this whole thing because on his own, I mean, he knew how to keep things alive.
The fact that he was so tenacious and didn't let people forget. Because just when things kind of quieted down, he would write another article.
And he's not afraid of things. I got to tell you, he got kicked out of that restaurant. He walked into that restaurant a few times. I wouldn't go in there.
He was the one that kind of was the poker, you know, calling the detective, you know, hey, anything new? You got anything to tell me?
He did what he had to do to help us, and he comforted us by doing it. Larry Altman's a good guy. He's amazing.